call the morning steam. Call the morning steam. It's time to break one for cover. That's gonna cover. That's gonna cash. Then we make the 100-yard dash to the window. I don't know what you thought. It's Ramon Scott running so hot. Sports make money and we make money with sports money every single day. NFL, NHL, NCAA. Stay away from the juice or might play a parlay. It's the morning steam. What? Ramon Scott. Sports money. What? Wake your ass up and let's get to the money. Get to the money. You know how we do it.
All right, a pleasant good morning to you coming from the sports betting capital of the world, Las Vegas. This is Ramon Scott, and welcome to the Morning Steam Show here for Saturday, February 7th. We're going to have a big sports betting day, including right here on the Sports Money Network. We build up our coverage here today, heading towards UFC action fight night tonight at the Apex here in Las Vegas. Bantamweights take center stage tonight. Top 11 contenders here with Mario Batista and Vinicius Oliveira tonight. And we'll have live companion coverage on the Sports Money Network for UFC Fight Night from the Apex here in Las Vegas. You want to be joining us here for our coverage tonight. The fights here begin at 5:10 Eastern, 2:10 Pacific. So we'll come on shortly before that, around 5 p.m. or so. Get ready for the fight card here with us. They did lose a fight already, but did find a replacement in there for the fight tonight. I guess Javid Basharat needed a sub in there, so we'll have still got a great card of fights tonight. And you can catch VB MMA picks over there. Just 2 fights on VB MMA picks now, because we did have that Saeed Nurmagomedov Javid Basharat bout previewed here, but still got a great card here. About Javid Basharat will be taking on unranked Johnny Vasquez instead here. But check out VB MMA picks. Got a preview of the main event and also preview of the first fight of the night as well. And the guest this week on VB MMA picks was Adam Martin, who you frequently see on the screen, or his scoring and his tweets are shown on the screen as one of the top insiders and reporters in MMA. So check that out here on the Sports Money Network. We're going to get ready to go here with the coverage. We're going to preview today NBA, and I'll pick the best games from college basketball from the mid-majors today. You figure you got Mike and Connor Mack coming up at 11 a.m. Eastern, 8 a.m. Pacific with their college basketball preview show. So I'll take a look at some games out of the mid-majors. I'm sure those guys will have there might be some overlap, but they'll probably be looking at some of the biggest matchups in college basketball at 11 Eastern here on the Sports Money Network. So we'll lead right into that show with our coverage here. I'll preview about 8 or 9 games on the mid-major board here today. Figure those guys will knock it out of the park with some of the big games today in college basketball. One game we won't be previewing today was the big game last night between St. John's and Connecticut. St. John's won its 9th game in a row, 81-72 over Connecticut, snapping the Huskies' 18-game winning streak. You know, if you keep whining to the referees like Danny Hurley does, probably not going to get any calls. You'd be tired of it. The Red Storm went to the line 31 times. The Huskies went to the line just 12 times in the game. So, get what you ask for, I guess, in that one. There was 39 all at halftime, and St. John's went on for the victory there yesterday. in the Big East game. So that really is the Big East game. There's not really a better game than the top two teams there today. So we're going to be previewing the mid majors here when we get to it. We'll have NBA as well, 10 games on the card. Once we get started here, I want to say hello and thanks to everybody in the chat for joining me here on the show. And you can get more picks from me here today, including my UFC picks when you go over to winnable.com/Ramon. I sent out 8 plays on Winnable. You can pick those up right now over at winnable.com/Ramon by signing up and getting one of my short or long-term packages over there at Winnable. Use the promo code STEAM to save 20% off any duration package over there today, or you could win a package from me here today. I want to thank those that signed up under the promo code LIVE yesterday, but today we'll go back to the drawing at the end of the show today, and the winner will win 1 month worth of my plays, including the plays from today in the UFC. Like I said, I got 8 plays over on the premium service here. You don't have to subscribe or win at all. You could just watch the show. I'll have my picks during the coverage on the Sports Money Network here tonight when we join you live. Let's say hello to the folks in the chat here and get the show rolling. We've got Kane is here today, and Nuke is there as well. Robert McCormick ready to go. Mike Humphreys as well. Mike Humphrey. And also, we will preview here in just a moment. We'll talk. Nuke's talking about right now. No Olympic women's hockey today for him because of the price there on the games between USA and Finland, followed by Canada and Switzerland. We do have the game going on right now into the first period. Italy trailing Sweden 1-0. Germany won earlier 5-2. Like Germany in that game, but I was on the under in that game. So kind of split that one there already. In that matchup there, Germany did kind of rout Japan there. Thought Japan would be a little bit better defensively, but man, they were down early, 3-0 there, and it was 5-2. Nobody scored in the third. It was 5-2 there at that point, and they went on for the win there. Right now, like I said, we got Sweden taking on here Finland right now, or Sweden right now. Sweden leading 1-0 end of the first period. There, Power Critter wants more NHL, and Blake is here today. College basketball will have plenty of steam coming your way here, hopefully momentarily. Keep you abreast on all the moves. That'll be the way we'll attack all the coverage today. We'll have the steam from all the games. Josh David Brown is here today, and Dimitri's ready to go. He likes Houston against BYU in that big game tonight. Hey, everyone, like this video. Subscribe to our channel, Sports Money, here on YouTube. Fastest growing sports betting channel on YouTube. Gonna have a great day of action here with our companion coverage tonight. But first, we'll preview the NBA here and then the college basketball games. Just weird to say no college, no NHL. But hey, we do have some other events today at the Olympics. We watched the men's downhill with the dominant performance there by Switzerland, and we had other action going on right now at the Olympic Games. Really fun day there, fun night. I mean, that's what we got. We get all that action overnight is what we get. I mean, if you like it, if you like your Olympics coverage, you're up in the middle of the night like me, checking out some of the great action here. And they're underway in the second period here right now in that hockey game. So, yeah, those lines are pretty big today over in the hockey at the Olympic Games here currently. I think it was, oh man, what were the lines here still to come. You mentioned some of those big lines coming up. USA, and I think it's even off the board. A lot of spots here right now. They're favored by 6 goals over Finland, and Canada favored by 5.5 over Switzerland. Okay, let's get some steam just in here. The first one of the day. Just in, first one on the show anyway, right here. There's been some steam while I've been getting ready for the show here, but got Sacred Heart and Manhattan. That'll start off the coverage today with steam to the over with Sacred Heart and Manhattan. We're seeing that steam come in here. Oh, here's another one real quick. Let's get this one in. It's fresh here with Niagara taking the steam against Quinnipiac. Niagara was getting 13.5. But the steam just came in just now as it's coming in and starting to really roll in here. Steam came in on Niagara here just moments ago, and it is currently down to 12.5. So we got a 1-point move there. Steam on Niagara here to start off the morning steam show. All right, and we're going to do a little tiny recap of the action here in just a moment from last night. Try to review some winners anyway. Some steam coming in right now. How about this one with the Lakers and the Warriors? Steam to the over here right now. We'll see what happens. We know we got personnel issues in that game, but I'm expecting no Luka, no Curry, but the steam's coming in on the over. Maybe because we do see some overs from those teams, but steam on the over there right now with the Warriors and the Lakers. Okay. I wasn't so sure, actually. Also, some steam just came in moments ago with Cleveland State and IU Indianapolis. Some steam to the under with that Indianapolis club. We know how they like to up-tempo it up, but the steam's coming in on the under here right now. It was 170.5. We just saw the steam, though, come in here on the under in that game, taking it here to 168. 2.5-point move or so to the under with Cleveland State and IU Indy. Speaking of Indy, Butler and Marquette steam to the under, and that one just in right now with Butler and Marquette. It was 157.5, but the steam's coming in right now on the under here. It's down to 155.5, 2-point move there. Butler and Marquette steam to the under right now here on the show. Also, that Sacred Heart Manhattan game, that one's a little stale now, but it was steam to the over there with Sacred Heart and Manhattan. It was 159 on an opener, but right now we're seeing that one much higher here to 163.5. That is a 4.5-point move here this morning. Sacred Heart and Manhattan steam to the over there in that one. Also, Missouri State and Liberty took some steam to the over here at 138. Missouri State and Liberty. Right now we're seeing that one up to 139.5, about a 1.5 move there to the over with Missouri State and Liberty. All right, we've already seen some. Let me get you some more here real quick. Mississippi and Texas, Ole Miss and Texas, steam to the under here, just coming in right now. It was 146. We're seeing the steam come into the under here in this one. It's down to 144.5 with Ole Miss and Texas. Steam to the under here right now in that one. Hey, we've already seen some finals come in here just a short time ago. We did see Man United with a 2-0 win at home against Tottenham today. Top of the hour, still plenty of action to come. 5 games in the EPL, and then the featured game today is Brentford and Newcastle United. Got a good card here over there in league play. Did see the one postponement in La Liga with Oviedo and Rayo in that one. Bundesliga is underway. You can check out the scores right behind me here a little bit. They'll come rolling in.
Critical notice.
Scores will come rolling in here. Also, they're underway. There is some MMA action going on right now. In fact, we've already had a huge upset over there with the PFL Dubai just a few moments ago. A major upset of basically a 6-1 underdog comes home in Yanni Gregory over Hyder Khan just a short time ago. PFL card underway if you're watching MMA coverage already. All right, steam here with Tarleton State and Southern Utah. We're seeing some steam come in here in this one between Tarleton and Southern Utah. Steam to the under here in this one. It was 149 and a half. We're seeing some steam come in here right now on that game between Tarleton State and Southern Utah. Right now, that line has dipped here. Let me get the right number out. And that total here now is down to 146 and a half. Also, some steam in one of the featured games of the day here for sure. Maybe the guys will be tackling this one. I'm not sure, but Alabama and Auburn. Right now, we're seeing some steam here to the over in this one. Look, these two teams are probably expected to go well over here. I'm not so sure they will, but we're seeing steam here, Alabama and Auburn to the over right now. It was 174. Obviously, we do know these two teams can fill it up, but that's a pretty big number for any teams out there right now. That steam has just come in here, game 701, 702, and it's moving higher here right now. Steam to the over in that one with Alabama and Auburn. That total is up to 176 and a half, a 2.5 point move there in that one. All right. Also, golf action. They'll go to the third round today at the Waste Management Open over there in Phoenix. So nobody could hit a hole-in-one yesterday. Maybe they'll make it a little easier today. So real quick, I'll get to that leaderboard. Steam to the over here, Richmond and Rhode Island. We're seeing some steam here to the over in this one between the Spiders and the Rams. This one was 140. We're seeing some steam right now to the over in this one between Richmond and Rhode Island. It was 138 between Richmond and Rhode Island, but the steam coming in on the over here right now, and it's currently at 142. So as much as a 4-point move there to the over with Richmond and Rhode Island. Also, just moments ago, Georgia and LSU steam to the under here in this SEC contest. In this one, it was 162, but the steam came in on the under in this one with Georgia and LSU. And right now, we're seeing that total now at 160. So about a 2-point move to the under there with Georgia and LSU. Steam to the under in that one. All right, gang, let's hopefully try to get going here. Oh, one other one that did come in was Southeast Missouri State took some steam in their game against Southern Indiana. It was 10.5, and we saw that this one get hit. Southeast Missouri State did get hit in this game, and they are 11.5 currently. 1-point move there. And those are really, let's see, one more here that was just within the last 10 minutes here. Clemson. Let me get this one here right now, fresh off the wire. Steam here to the over with Santa Clara and Washington State. It was 160, but the steam's coming in on the over right now. Santa Clara and Washington State. This one's moving right now. And the current total here is 162. 2-point move to the over. Santa Clara and Washington State. Fresh in here. Let me see. We got one more, I think, right now that I was talking about. Then we're going to start the show, hopefully. What did I say it was, gang? Clemson, that's what it was. Clemson took some steam here just as I was getting on the show, and Clemson took the steam against Cal. They're on the road, Clemson on the road at Cal, and that total moving here to 4, 1 point move. Clemson -4. All right, Sweden, I believe, has just scored a goal here moments ago. Yes, Sweden scores here with midway in the second period to take a 2-0 lead right now over Italy. Goal for Sweden. All right, gang. I think we got all you guys in here ready to go. Let's see how many we got. We got 4 dozen already. Let's get to the basketball action today. Let's see who else was rolling in, though, as well. Public Enemy is here. Blake took Italy. Uh-oh. There's Jim Duweiger there. Barr here. Look at the day Barr had in college basketball. Hey, we did have a winner here on the show yesterday with Dayton and BCU game to go over yesterday. We also had St. John's as a winner here on the show yesterday as well for a 2-1 day there. NBA winners yesterday, morning steam. We did have the Detroit Pistons there. You see it right there with Detroit really walloped there in their game against the Knicks. We did have the Pistons here on the morning steam show yesterday. How about that? There's Jimmy with a play in there as well. Greg talking about some of the winners here. And there's Stop Geo in the chat this morning. Hello. And Greg talking about some other winners there. Winners on the morning steam show yesterday, though, included New Orleans Pelicans on the road getting the points against Timberwolves there yesterday. And also late night, we had the Clippers and the Kings game to go over, part of the winners here on the morning steam. Okay, just seconds ago, some steam came in here. See if we can't get it real quick, and then we'll finally get going here right now. And it was St. Mary's, Mount St. Mary's, and Iona. Steam to the under there, Mount St. Mary's and Iona. It was 139.5, but the steam has come in on the under with Mount St. Mary's and Iona. And right now that total is down to 137.5, 2-point move there with Mount St. Mary's and Iona. All right. Thank you, everyone, for joining me, and let's get ready to go here with some of the action in the NBA. Well, I'm going to preview them all. The first one isn't the best, but we're going to look at it for sure here. We got the Wizards taking on the Nets. NBA action here for Saturday. This one's at 3:10 Eastern, 12:10 Pacific, and the Nets are actually up to about a 6-point favorite here right now. I had these graphics here from last night, but in the total here, maybe it's gone up a little bit, maybe to 220 or so from 219. So yeah, a little bit of a move here on the Nets today, up to 6 right now. And let's go over this one here currently. Oh, let me get one more steam move in here. College basketball, it's going to be mostly about the steam anyways. We can get through 10 NBA games in less than an hour, I'm sure. Abilene Christian and Cal Baptist. We're seeing some steam here to the under in this one with Abilene, Why Can't You Be True? And Cal Baptist steam to the under here. It was 136. And we're seeing steam come in on the under in this one between Abilene Christian and Cal Baptist. 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 Pacific tonight. And the current line there is now at, I believe Sweden has just scored another goal here to make it 3-0. All right. The total there is down to 133.5 in Abilene Christian and Cal Baptist. Okay, we're ready. Here we go. Uh, Brooklyn losers of three straight coming in right now. The Nets with losses to Detroit, the Lakers, and Orlando. Really didn't come close in any of those. Some steam coming in here right now with North Florida Ospreys taking the steam here in their matchup. Hey, we're going to the extra board for the first time on the show here today. North Florida was getting 15.5 from Queens College, and North Florida just got steamed here just a few moments ago, and the line there has moved to 14.5. 1 point move there. There's a time change there to 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 Pacific. So my hesitation there, looking for that one. Okay. For Washington here, they do come in off of a win over Detroit. You know, Washington's actually won 3 of their last 5 games here, probably about as good as we've seen. Not perhaps coinciding with the trades that have taken place. Not that the personnel has really moved quite into place yet. Some of them have, but a good run here for Washington currently right now. Man, steam's on fire here, huh? Northern Arizona and Weber State, some steam here to the under in this one with NAU taking on Weber here on Saturday. This one was 152.5, but the steam's coming in right now as we speak. Steam to the under here, Northern Arizona and Weber tonight. It was 152.5. We're seeing this one move lower right now.
Final.
And this total is down to 151 and still moving right now. Northern Arizona and Weber, steam to the under. All right, I'm trying to get going here with the Wizards and the Nets. How about you? Take a look at this matchup here on Saturday. All right. For Washington, they've actually covered 7 of their last 10 games here. That's trying to break that losing streak. As I mentioned, Washington comes in with an overall record here of 14-36. Brooklyn sits at 13-37. Like I said about some of these, when bad teams meet, you know, usually the home team can get it done, right? Who are you going to, if you can't beat the fellow worst team in the league at home, who are you going to beat? But man, 6 points to anybody? Still, it does feel like the Nets might be the right side coming up in this one. Let's see what's going on with the injury ranks here with this one. For Washington, Koulibaly, he's questionable. Sarr is questionable with a knee and ankle injury. You definitely want Sarr in there, but also Keyshawn George questionable here. We'll see. For Washington here also, D'Lo, he's out. Hardy is out. Johnson is out. These guys were Russell and Hardy came over in the deals there right now. So Washington definitely missing pieces. Meanwhile, the Nets come in basically with a clean bill of health. So I'm sure that's what a lot has to do with it. Wizards had a 9-point victory, as I said, over Detroit in their last outing. Brooklyn has lost 4 of their last 5, including 3 straight after that 20-point road loss to Orlando. Brooklyn could be severely shorthanded just because of the trade situation, not necessarily so much with the injuries here. Michael Porter Jr. out due to illness. I believe Nick Claxton and Cam Thomas are ruled out, and Demon is available. But again, most of theirs, it feels like. In fact, I'm showing now even a 6.5 right now at DraftKings. Hey, Italy's on the board here, and the fans are going crazy at home for Italy. Getting a goal there, 3-1. All right, we'll go to you guys, see what you have here in this one with Washington and Brooklyn here on Saturday afternoon, late afternoon here as we get going on the show. For Washington here, they've, like I said, covered 5 of their last 7. They've also covered 5 of their last 7 against the Brooklyn Nets. Brooklyn just 1-10 straight up in their last 11 games, 1-5 straight up in their last 6 at home. But Brooklyn has covered 4 of the last 5 meetings between these two teams here at home. In fact, the two teams met back on January 2nd at Washington, 119-99. Washington got the win as a 2.5-point favorite. Washington also won here in Brooklyn, 129-106, back on November the 16th. Okay, let's go to the chat and get the first plays of the day from you folks here. And with this bad game anyway, they get better, I promise. All right. Here we go. Chat All-Stars. Going to be the Nets for Public Enemy. Line Legacy's on the Wizards here. Greg Gibson ratings right there. I think he still likes Brooklyn here despite that increase. Barr is on the under. Fernando's on the Nets. Roberts on the under here in this one. And Blue is here today, and Blue likes the under. And you know what? I might be agreeing with Blue. Let me take the under here in this one with Washington and Brooklyn. I'll try the under here at 2-9. I'll take 219. I mean, you can get some 220s out there. In fact, if anything, the total has gone up just slightly here. Oh man, you know what? I talked about the 220s, and here it comes. All of a sudden, this total is definitely moving lower. I guess it only moved up there for 1 second. Here's Jim on Washington because I'm showing 219 is the biggest number now. In fact, I'm showing some 218.5s all of a sudden as well here right now. So it's moving back to the under just because it went up there for a second. Maybe it was me. Maybe it's my pick here with the under. All right, next up, the Rockets and the Thunder. NBA action here for Saturday evening with the Thunder favoring this one by 3.5. Total here has gone up a little bit here to 214.5. Let's update that here right now. Yeah, call it 3.5 to 14.5. Let's say here with the Rockets and the Thunder. Both teams coming in off some losses here. The Rockets have lost 2 straight to Charlotte and Boston, both at home there. They've actually failed to cover in 4 straight games. For Oklahoma City here, they're in off of a loss, 116-106 at San Antonio last time out. Houston is an underdog for just the 5th time this season. Here they are 3-1 against the spread as an underdog coming into this one. For Oklahoma City here, of course, 22-4 record at home. They've been pretty great, but this series in particular, already you had Houston lose to Oklahoma City 111-91. Back on January 15th, Oklahoma City got the win, and they covered 4.5 on that night. And here they are, pretty much favored again by pretty much the same total, it feels like right now. Rockets looking to build here a little bit on their recent success, but they were saddled with a couple of losses there recently. For the Thunder here, coming in with a record of 40-12, Houston 31-19, but the injuries are pretty much the story here in this one, as SGA is going to be out with an abdominal injury along with guard Jalen Williams. He's out with a thigh injury here. AJ Mitchell is also out of this game. For the Rockets, Tate is out, and that's really as far as the short-term injuries go. That's pretty much it. Oklahoma City's averaging 120 points per game, outscoring opponents by 12 points per game. Houston averages 115 points per game, and they're outscoring opponents by 5 points per game. These teams met in that also back on October the 21st. Oklahoma City beat Houston 125 to 124 in double overtime in that first meeting of the season before the second matchup last month. Houston is just 2-8 to the under in their last 10 games overall. Take a look at some other trends with these clubs here. Houston just 1-6 against the spread in their last 7 overall. They've gone under in 7 of their last 8 games. They've won 8 of 12 overall and are 4-2 against the spread against the Thunder in the last 6 meetings between the teams. Oklahoma City's won 10 of 15, but have gone just 2-5 against the spread in their last 7. Oklahoma City's gone over in 7 of their last 10, and 6 of the last 8 meetings between these two teams have gone over. So I'm ready to hear maybe from you guys in the chat in this one between Houston and OKC. Penalty coming up here. Rockets for blue. VAR is on the over. The Gibson ratings here have this one, let's see, as a big-time upset. Look at this. Houston in an upset over Oklahoma City. The widely reported steam did come in on Oklahoma City in this game, but that doesn't reflect it, I don't think, in the line there, because I thought Oklahoma City pretty much opened around a 4.5-point favorite. So I don't think that steam's hanging around anymore. It also did come in on the over here a little bit as well, and I think that might be reflected in the line. But I'm seeing a lot of 213s out there all of a sudden. Blake does like the game to go over here. Greg says a Houston revenge, and they need this one, he says, right now, maybe to stop the bleeding here currently. He's on the Houston money line. And Public Enemy's on the Rockets here on the money line. All right, that might be it from the chat in this game. Well, I better make my call here with Houston and OKC. All right, and for me in this one, man, I've got another under here with these two between Houston and OKC. In fact, I better update the line to reflect. I think it's 213.5 for the most part everywhere. And I'm going to try the under here again in this one. I'm going to fade that steam a little bit here today. Okay. 4-1 Sweden now, huh? Okay, let's keep it moving here as we're previewing the NBA. Don't forget, top of the hour, we got our college basketball show with the guys. Connor Mack joins Mikey Money for our college basketball preview show. Next up, the Mavericks are taking on the Spurs in a Texas battle. Mavericks trying to stop a losing streak right now. You know, they look good out there. They're playing okay. They're covering some spreads, but San Antonio comes in here a little bit hot right now. San Antonio has covered 3 straight coming into the won 3 straight coming into this one. They've covered them as well against Orlando, OKC, and these Dallas Mavericks. They met just 2 nights ago. It was 135-123. Spurs got the win at Dallas. They did cover 8 points in that game. For Dallas here, they're on a losing streak, no doubt about it, but they have covered a few in there. They were able to get covers against Houston and Charlotte, but they are just 8-13 against the spread on the road, talking about the Dallas Mavericks. They've lost 6 straight, covered just 2 of those 6 games. Dallas has won 14 of the last 18 meetings between these two teams. San Antonio comes in 4-1, straight up and against the spread in their last 5. 12 of the last 16 meetings between these two teams have gone over, including that last meeting, of course. For San Antonio here, they are just 9-15 to the under at home, 13-22 to the under as a favorite, and they've gone under in 15 of their last 18 games. Let's get a little bit of steam here on a couple of college games while you maybe chime in with your NBA pick here in this one with the Mavericks and the Spurs. Tennessee Martin just took the steam here moments ago in their matchup today with Moorhead. Tennessee Martin was an 8-point favorite, but the steam just came in on Tennessee Martin, and they've moved higher here right now. Call this line now up to 9 with Tennessee Martin. Just a 1-point move there for now, but the steam is hot, and it could be moving higher. We're getting you that one fresh. Also, just moments ago, there was some steam that came in on Appalachian State today in their matchup here with Eastern Michigan. There's a challenge series today, by the way, with 2 of the conferences, including that matchup here. The Mid-American Conference today, they're in I guess you'd call it like a showdown, if you will. Mid-American Conference is taking on the Sun Belt Conference today. All the teams are meeting up in different matchups in a challenge on Saturday. Okay, Merrimack just took some steam just moments ago. Merrimack took the steam in their matchup with Ryder. Man, Merrimack's doing some covering and Ryder not so much, huh? Merrimack was an 8.5-point favorite, and the steam came in just moments ago. And I'm showing Merrimack here all of a sudden is up to 10 here in some spots. So a 1.5 move there. Merrimack on the road against Ryder. Okay, let's see what you have here in this one. Mavericks and Spurs. Man, just impossible here what Cooper Flag is doing, but they just can't seem to get the covers here right now, and that's hurting the Mavericks as part of this losing streak, it feels like. Okay, let's get it from the chat right now here. Oh, little steam real quick. Oral Roberts is getting steamed here right now. Oral getting steam. They were getting 17.5 points, and we're seeing the steam come in now on Oral here in this one against St. Thomas. They were getting 17.5, but they took the steam here just a few moments ago. It's down to 16.5. Oral Roberts, an underdog against St. Thomas. Oral Roberts taking that steam. All right, Spurs second in the West here right now at 35 and 16 or 35 and 17. Dallas 12th here, 19 and 32. Victor Wembanyama had 29 points and 11 rebounds in that last game. Of course, Cooper Flag became the youngest player in NBA history in that game to record 4 consecutive 30-point games. Najee Marshall had 32 points. Spurs have won 4 of their past 5, and they've already exceeded their win total from last season. So, they've been the one that's given the Thunder the business here lately, kind of saying, hey, we're a legitimate contender right now in the Western Conference. We do have some injuries of note here right now. Let me take a look at these, and then we'll get some more picks. Chris Middleton, doubtful. He was acquired in the deal here also. Let's see. Tyus Jones, probable. A.J. Johnson, probable. That's new news here. Bagley, probable. So these new players are going to be ready to go here. Brandon Williams, probable as well. De'Aaron Fox does have an issue here, a back injury. He's questionable. Also, let's see. Sohan questionable. Cornette questionable. Waters is out. Johnson questionable. Podol, he's been questionable, right, for a while with the ankle and abductor. I think that might be it. Let's see what you got in this one. I'll go to the chat. Dallas and San Antonio. All right. Blues on the Mavericks here. 9 Legacy says Rockets on the spread, Mavericks on the spread. The Gibson ratings here have it with the Spurs there. That's a Dallas cover, though. I know that. And maybe a little bit of under action. Let me see, is that currently the line? No, the line, I got to update this. It's down to 10 here, maybe even 9.5 at a few books right now. I'll call it 10, but I see 9.5 here at a few books. Total definitely around 230. Let's see here. Robert's on the Spurs. Good morning to Eric Acevedo in the chat today. Fernando's on the Spurs as well. And let's see here. Public Enemy's on the Spurs. All right, I got to make my call, I guess, here in this one with Mavericks and Spurs action here for Saturday night. This one's at 6 p.m. Eastern and 3 Pacific. I'm taking the Dallas Mavericks plus the points. They continue to kind of play pretty well, I think. Yeah, they've been on the short end, and maybe they did fail a few, but let me take the Mavericks here in this one on Saturday night. I'm on Dallas. Steam coming in here right now on George Washington. George Washington taking the Steam in their matchup with Duquesne. And George Washington was a 1-point dog, but I believe they've just turned themselves into a favorite. Right now, the line coming in, it is George Washington minus 1.5. They were a 1-point dog. They're a 1.5-point favorite now. George Washington just took the Steam here on the show. All right, next up. The Utah William notice. This just in, Oregon center Nate Biddle is going to be probable, believe it or not. Biddle, he might be in. He'll probably leave in the middle of the game, that foot injury. But right now, Biddle is probable for Oregon today. Thought he was out for the season. No, just kidding. William and Marion Hampton steam to the under in this one. We're seeing this one move lower right now. It was 152.5, but the steam has come in here on William and Mary and Hampton. And we're seeing that line here now at 150.5, a 2-point move there to the under with William and Mary and Hampton. And just moments ago, Oklahoma took the steam in their matchup with Vanderbilt today. Oklahoma was getting 13. But we're seeing the steam come in right now on Oklahoma. It's all the way down to 11 here, 2-point move on the Sooners. Okay, here we go. Jazz and Magic. NBA action here for Saturday night. Orlando Magic comes in here off of a win over Brooklyn. 118-98 is a 9.5-point favorite. That snapped a 2-game losing streak for Utah here. They come in off of a loss to Atlanta on the road, 121-19. The Magic are just, the Jazz are just 1-2 on this road trip so far. This is the 4th game of the road trip, but they've covered all 3 games. Orlando comes in 26-24 right now off that big victory over Brooklyn. Desmond Bain scored 23 points. Banchero had 22. Utah's 16-36, 5th in the Northwest Division, 13th in the Western Conference. They've lost 17 of their last 21 coming in. Magic here probably hold a significant home court advantage. Utah just 6-19 straight up on the road. Orlando won their series opener between these two, 128-127 in overtime, back on December 20th. Yeah, 20th there. Orlando was a 7.5-point favorite in that one on the road. Can only get a win by one. Franz Wagner's out with an ankle injury for Orlando. Keontae George, questionable here for Utah with an ankle injury. He sat out the Hawks game. Jaren Jackson looks to be available here following his acquisition from Memphis, I believe. Let me just pop it up here. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it now on the injury front. Kevin Love's questionable, but when isn't he? All right, let's go to the chat. This one between Orlando and Utah here and see what you have with Utah having lost 7 of their last 8 games overall. They have covered the spread in 10 of the last 14 meetings over the last 7 years or so against Orlando. They've also won 14 of the last 19 against the Magic. Orlando just 6-12 ATS in their last 18 overall. They've dropped 6 of their last 9. Coming into this one, 6 of the last 9 meetings between the two teams have gone under. Orlando 14-6 here at their last 20 at home, 15-8 overall. Orlando's just 14-21 ATS as a favorite. Let's go to the chat here in this one and get your pick. Jazz and Magic. And here we go. All right, I think Blue is on the under, or maybe he's on the Jazz. Fernando, though, is on the Jazz here. Oh, do I got to update this line? Yeah, man, look at that. Look at how the line has moved here since I entered in the graphics there last night. This one's down to 7.5 right now, 7 even here, and the total at 238. It's gone up just slightly here, but man, that's a pretty big move for the Jazz anyway. I don't know if I'm agreeing with. I'm taking the Orlando Magic here in this one. Give me the Magic minus these points. Yeah, maybe there's some personnel related here, but I've got the Magic in a blowout in this one actually. I think they can win this one by double digits. I know if you look at it in general, Orlando's not a good cover. I know that. I said they're just basically 40% as a favorite. They're 20-30 against the spread overall. Utah is 27-19 to the over as an underdog. Okay, let's see here. So Fernando turned me on that with that move. He said, look, he'd like to take 10 too, but I'm going to lay it actually. Let's see. Gibson ratings in here, 122, 115 Magic, so he's right on with it. And they just played, says Greg Gibson in Utah, in that 128, 127 game. I don't know if they just played in Utah. It was 2 months ago, basically, or a month and a half ago. Okay. Also, 9 Legacy, Utah on the spread. Public Enemy likes the Magic here. Greg likes Utah on the points, even taking the money line. All right, you guys are on Utah, obviously, here. Everyone. Robert's on Utah. All right, well, I'm on the Mag here. Okay, a little steam here real quick coming in on Loyola Marymount. LMU is taking some steam here in their matchup tonight with USD. Loyola Marymount was a 4.5-point favorite. They're taking the steam here right now in the matchup against San Diego, and we're seeing that line move higher here with LMU. They are currently up to 6 here at some books. 1.5 move on LMU.
Major line move.
Steam play.
Also, steam coming in here right now on the Nevada Wolfpack. Steam on Nevada here in their matchup with Fresno State. Nevada was a 10-point favorite They're moving higher here as we speak to 11.5 steam right now, right this second on Nevada. That's why you're tuned in to the morning steam here, hopefully. Hey, let's take a look at this one with the red hot Charlotte Hornets. Oh my goodness, Charlotte is cooking here. This has been a great ride for the Hornets right now. Wow. These Hornets are on an 8-game winning streak coming in here, taking on the Atlanta Hawks. Hawks have won 2 in a row, but Charlotte looks to seek their 8-game winning streak coming in here right now. The Hornets have gone 9-1 over their last 10 games as well, shooting 46.5% from the field over that span. Atlanta 6-4 in their last 10, averaging 115.7 points per game. There are some injury concerns here. Let's take a look at the report.
Halftime.
Okay, Charlotte is without Kobe White here at this point. He's out with a cap injury. Acquired in a trade there, obviously. But let's see what else here. Salon questionable in this one. KJ Simpson, he got waived. Branham, he's out of this game. For Atlanta, let's see here. Kuminga, he's out here currently with a knee injury after getting acquired. Gabe Vincent, questionable, not quite ready to go here, I guess. Garrett, let's see here. Healed is questionable. Let's see if I can get these injuries straight. Okonkwo, questionable as well. In the team's last matchup back on December 19th, the Hornets won it 133-126. LaMelo had 28 in that one. Johnson had 43 in that game for the Hawks. Back in November was Atlanta 113-110. Atlanta 17-11 against the spread. Charlotte 17-11 against the spread. Atlanta 18-11 against the spread as an underdog. Charlotte's gone under in 8 of their last 10 games coming into this one. They've gone 9-3 against the spread their last 12 games against the Atlanta Hawks. Charlotte has covered 5 of their last 6 as part of this 8-game winning streak. Charlotte's gone under in 5 of their last 6 games. Atlanta's won 6 of their last 8, gone under in 4 of their last 5 at home. They're 10-14 to the under at home. And Atlanta's won 4 of the last 5 at home against the Charlotte Hornets. Let's hear from you folks in the chat in this one. Here we go. And it's going to be Blues starting us off on the Hornets against the spread. Robert is on the Hornets here as well. Gibson ratings here have it as a 2-point game tonight. He likes Atlanta and the under. Tremaine says Hornets on the road. They've beaten better competition in this streak. He thinks the Hornets are discounted here as just a small price. God, can they really keep it up here at this point? They got to be due for a letdown. I feel that's what Greg just said.
Urgent message.
Tremaine taking that total over there. 9 legacy. Hawks on the spread. Fernando, Hornets money line. Hawks team total under. Jermaine likes Kneppel over 17.5. Thank you for Twisted today for his plays. Houston, Illinois, Auburn, Louisville, Providence. And a lean to the over there is dog of the day. Tar Heels to win it over Duke. And let's see here. Guess that's it. Twisted, I'll be doing some NCAA action here in just a moment, but we do have our show at the top of the hour with Connor Mack and Mike. They'll be joining you for an hour of college basketball preview action. Public Enemy likes the under here in this one, and I got to make my call actually here with Charlotte and Atlanta, and then we're going to get to some more steam that just came in here moments ago. All right. Hey, for me here in this one, you got to think right now. I mean, when I think of these two teams, I mean, it feels like an under the way, especially the way Charlotte's going right now. That it feels like it's kind of been the defense. It's kind of been taking care of things here. Give me the under in this one with Charlotte and Atlanta. All right. Let me get to a few moves here real quick. See what we have. Maine and Bryant steam to the over here in this one with Maine and Bryant today. We're on the extra board. I don't know. Those are two teams that kind of go under, but steam to the over here with Maine and Bryant. It was 126.5, and we're seeing the steam come in on the over in this one. Like I said, those two teams kind of trend under for sure, but here's some steam to the over in this one with Maine and Bryant. This one's at 10 Eastern, 4 Eastern and 1 Pacific time here, and that total is up to 129.5 right now, Maine and Bryant. All right, also, steam came in. San Diego State and Air Force tonight. Some steam to the over in that one between the Aztecs and the Falcons. It was 136, but steam came in on the over here with San Diego State visiting Air Force today at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 Pacific. And we're seeing that one now move here higher.
Critical notice.
In this one, it is currently at 138.5, so about a 2.5 point move there with San Diego State and Air Force steam to the over. Also, Drexel and Elon steam to the under in this one with Drexel and Elon here just moments ago. It was 139.5. We're seeing steam here to the under with Drexel and Elon, and that new line here right now is down to 137.5. 2-point move there to the under with Drexel and Elon. All right, more comments from the chat here real quick. Let's see here. Twisted like Maine in that game. Okay, here we go. Next up, got to keep moving here in the NBA with
Steam play.
Uh-oh. One more here real quick. It's right back. Maybe there's some personnel issue in that Drexel-Elon game because Drexel is also getting steamed right now. They were getting 4.5, but it's down to 3.5 right now. So steam on both Drexel and the under in that game. Maybe it's correlated. I don't show the injuries here right now, but there is a correlated move there. Also, Alcorn State taking some steam here on the extra board right now, and Alcorn taking the steam in their matchup with Pine Bluff. Alcorn was getting 8, but now the steam just came in on Alcorn State. And we're seeing this one move here to 7. It was 8. It's now 7. Steam on Alcorn State. All right, I'm talking NBA here right now with Denver on the road taking on the Bulls.
Final.
Both teams have lost 3 straight games coming into this one. Denver with losses to Oklahoma City, Detroit, and the Knicks. Not going to hold it against them necessarily with that tough schedule, but they are the Denver Nuggets. Shouldn't be losing all those games to those tough teams, although they lost to Detroit and the Knicks on the road here. For Chicago, they've got 3 straight losses to Miami, Milwaukee, and Toronto. Here, Denver, 33-19, third in the West. Chicago, meanwhile, 24-28. They're 11th in the East. So these teams looking to stop this losing streak. Josh Giddey will not play in this game for the Bulls. He's going to miss, I believe, his 6th straight game right now for Giddey. Line currently down to 5.5 here, I think, in this one. Also, Cameron Johnson, questionable here. Spencer Jones out. Peyton Watson is out as well. Christian Braun, probable for the Nuggets. For the Bulls here, Giddey is out, as I said. Jalen Smith, questionable. Trey Jones is out as well with a strained left hamstring. Let's see here. For Jalen Smith, he's got a calf injury, right calf injury. And for Denver, they dropped a 124-121 decision to the Pistons on Tuesday night. The Bulls lost to Toronto on Thursday, 123-107. These teams met their first meeting back in November. It was 130-127. Denver lost to the Bulls at home as a 12.5-point dog in that one. Still, Denver 18-10 against the spread on the road. Chicago 18-11 against the spread as an underdog. So let's see what you have here in this one with Denver taking on the Bulls. The Bulls. Okay, here we go. Let's go to the chat. Lots of picks on this one. Gibson ratings here, I think, favoring Denver and maybe the under there right now. Bobby Mack is on the Nuggets here. And Jermaine here is on Denver minus the points. Fernando is on Denver here as well. Big discrepancies in the numbers there, but it's definitely a 5.5 or so. Jermaine might be on the extendo. And let's see. Greg says he watched the Chicago game. They look bad, huh? Jermaine, not a big fan of Chicago at all. All right. This one could get ugly with the revenge factor there, although that game was over almost 3 months ago. And let's see here. I think 9 Legacy Denver on the spread. Jermaine says this is usually the role for Chicago. We know as an underdog that is their best role here, obviously. So obviously the big issue here got to be the injuries in this one, and we'll see with Jokic here. But just looking at the spread, it does feel like maybe he will make the lineup with them. I'll update to 5.5. So maybe it could be trending that he could miss the game, I guess, but. It's currently 5.5 and 233. Wow, this one's gone higher here with the Nuggets and the Bulls. Boy, I was on a show last night touting this over at 231, and here we are at 233 right now. So, all right, anything else here from the chat? Let's see here. Yeah, that might be it. From the chat all-stars in this one. I got to make my call here with this one going higher here. Boy. All right. I'm going to take the Bulls here in this one to cover this number here at home against the Nuggets. Give me the Bulls in this one. All right, we got plenty of steam that's come in within the last couple of minutes here. And let's see what we got. The Oregon Ducks are taking the steam here right now in their matchup today. Oregon getting steamed here. They're on the road here against Purdue. It's a 10 a.m. body clock game for the Ducks. But they're taking the steam here right now. They were getting 20.5, but this one is all the way down here to 18. Right now, Oregon taking the steam on the road against Purdue. We know they haven't been very good, but right now, maybe just a few too many points, say the Sharps. Also, Cornell taking the steam in their matchup against Columbia. They were getting 2.5 points. We're seeing steam here on Cornell right now, and that one has moved here to 1. Maybe some 1.5. We're seeing 1 out there, so the move is on Cornell in their matchup with Columbia. Also, Middle Tennessee State took some steam against Delaware. Middle Tennessee was a 3.5-point favorite, but they moved all the way up here to, I want to say it's 5 right now. Yep, pretty much 5 everywhere. Steam on Middle Tennessee State in their matchup there with Delaware.
Critical notice.
All right, and let's keep it. Oh, we got some comments here. Let's see what's going on. Hey, hello to Billy Siegfried right now. Thank you, Billy, in the chat. Good to see you today. And it feels like he's doing a flipperoo in the Super Bowl, huh? Jermaine loves the Nuggets to put up a big number here today. Public Enemy liking the Nuggets there as well. And good to see Billy in the chat there tonight. Okay. Greg says, what's the difference between a team? Because I think as the longer it goes, you kind of forget about those games, especially a nondescript, non-conference game like this. They might not even remember much about that game. I think in general, when you're dealing with revenge games, like you like to say, the quick revenge, it still is technically, revenge anytime I guess you faced them. But again, these two teams meet just twice a year, and I don't think there's a big rivalry between the Bulls and the Nuggets where they say, hey, we got to get these guys. You could say it here in this one maybe because the Bulls did win at Denver, in that game. So I think that's, to me, what the difference is. And also I think maybe more in division games when you're taking on more your rivals, the teams you meet, multiple times per year. I'd say multiple, more than 2. Okay, let's see here. Hey, there's Mond in the chat. Good to see Mond in here. He's got the Nuggets to rock here in this one. All right, I better keep it moving here right now, huh? How about next up? Wow, let's go to the Warriors taking on the Lakers here on Saturday night. Okay, we've got plenty of issues here to talk about with personnel in this one. Got Luka here. He's going to be out with a hamstring injury. Steph Curry, he's out of this game as well. So what are we left with here with the Lakers tonight and the Warriors here in LA? The Lakers have won 2 straight games coming in here. Back-to-back victories over Brooklyn and Philadelphia for the Lakers. They've won and covered 3 of their last 4. The Warriors are coming in off that big win on the road against Phoenix as a 5.5-point dog with that great comeback. Warriors 28-24, 8th place in the Western Conference. Lakers 30-19, currently in 5th. Like I said, Luka out, Curry out, so be without the star playmakers here, but the Lakers coming off that. It was a comeback victory, actually, over the Sixers last time out, 119-115. Austin Reeves, 35 points in 25 minutes. Golden State, meanwhile, erased that fourth quarter deficit. They were down 14 in that game with that great comeback that they had last game. Lakers coming in here 19-11 against the spread as favorites. The Warriors 11-15 against the spread on the road. These two teams are a combined 58-44 to the over here this season. Warriors are 15-11 against the spread on the road. Lakers 15-6 against the spread at home. Warriors just 5-9 against the spread as an underdog. Let's go to the chat here in this one with the Lakers and the Warriors here. NBA action for a Saturday night. And see what you have. Like I said, that widely reported steam came in on the over. I'm not buying it. I'm going to take the under in this one. I like the fact here now. It's all the way up to 222, 222 and a half, 223, whatever it is. Give me the under here in this one with the Lakers and the Warriors. I'm going to take the under. Let's see what the chat has in this one. Here we go with... Gonna start it off here with Blue, I think Lakers against the spread. Bill says, be careful with the Lakers. They don't play too much defense. And Billy said that was a great, when the Lakers, their biggest problem was what? 3-point shooting, right? Well, they just got the best 3-point shooter in the league. Blues going over in this one. I got you. I feel you here. I don't, I understand taking the over given the situation, but I just think with the two stars out there, maybe Reeves will light it up again here. Gibson ratings here have the Lakers in this one. Fernando's on the Warriors. Roberts on the Lakers. Public Enemy's on the Lakers as well. And let's see. Might be it from the crew in the chat. Okay. Yeah, I'll go ahead and take the under in this one. We got to keep it moving here. Otherwise, we're not going to have any college previews, but we got the college preview show coming up. Maybe I'll run down a few plays here. Suns and Sixers. Here we got all this steam coming in, huh? Suns and Sixers here right now with the Sixers. Hey, they were hot until they ran into that Laker comeback the other night, but still it's been good times here for the 76ers coming in. They've really been clicking, no doubt about it. This is what we were expecting, right, from the Sixers here. So they come in, take on the Suns. Suns not too bad as well, 31-21 right now. Granted, they did drop their last game here to the Warriors, as I said, blowing that lead, but still they've been playing pretty well here of late. Suns, one of the big surprises so far this season. Got the Suns right now coming in here, winning 4 of their last 6, but this has always been a problem here for Philadelphia. They're 2-11 in their last 13 games against Phoenix and just 3-9-1 against the spread in those last 13 games between the teams. 13 last 20 meetings between these two teams have gone over, but Phoenix has gone under in 12 of their last 18. They're 8-17 to the under here at home. Take a look at some of the injuries here. Definitely have some names to report right now with these teams. Got Grayson Allen currently out with a right knee injury. Joel Embiid's going to be questionable here, of course, with right knee injury management. Booker and Green are both questionable here for Phoenix. Brooklyn. Booker has an ankle injury coming in. Paul George is out, by the way. Philadelphia looking to keep it going here despite that loss last time out to the Lakers. They were on a 5-game winning streak before that. The Suns, meanwhile, 17-8 at home, 3rd in the Western Conference. And, man, they play good defense, allowing just 111.4 points per game and 46.8% shooting. That's been the strength of the Suns. Teams meeting for the second time this season. Phoenix won 116-110 on January 21st. That's reasonable, right? With Dillon Brooks coming in, averaging 22 points and 5 rebounds over the last 10 games coming in. Let's go to the chat, see what you have here with Phoenix taking on Philadelphia here tonight. All right, see what you got here in the chat. And it's going to be Sixers against the spread here in this one. And Billy's talking Super Bowl in there. Harking back to that last Super Bowl game there. Instead of running the ball, they passed the ball, remember? And Billy was also talking about the Laker game back there. Brooks for 20 points, says Jermaine. Roberts on the Suns here. And let's see here. Billy says, who's actually going to be hurt? Who's going to play in this game? Sometimes the guys are injured. They don't even put it on the list. If they do that, that's actually a violation of league rules. But I guess how are you going to know, right? You're supposed to list everybody on the injured list. If you, for example, if, say you have a player that doesn't play in the game and he doesn't get listed, you're probably going to get a fine there. So I think that's one way they can kind of determine it there. So more so you see the guys listed more often than not. All right. I think that'll do it for you guys in the chat here in this one with Philly and Golden State here. And that number at, what is it, 220? This one's gone higher. I got to update that line too. Man, this thing's a 223.5. Well, I'm going to have to go under, I think, in the Sixers and the Suns. Give me the under here. If it's 223.5, I'm on the under now. Give me the under with Phoenix and Philly. Okay, next up. So do we have another play? Hey, good morning to David Waring in the chat. All right. Fernando says 224.5. Wow, okay. I better go hunting for some better lines here. I got to go under in that one with Phoenix has been terrific defense. Come on, they're one of the best defensive teams in the league, aren't they? All right, a couple more here. Grizzlies taking on the Trailblazers here in this one. You got the Blazers favored by 8.5 total. Now this total's gone down for sure. 234.5. I was already on another show last night talking under when it was at 237. So that's what I thought about that one. Let's see what you got, though, here in this one. The Grizzlies on the road, taking on Portland here. Memphis coming in 20-30. They've won 2 of their last 3. They lost last time out here to Portland, 135-115 on the road here. So they're playing back-to-back. Last night, Portland rocked them there in that one. I think we had I bet Portland. Okay, well, whatever. Hey, they won there. They blew them out in the third quarter. That's what happened. They outscored them 38-23 in the third quarter in the matchup there last night. For the Blazers here right now, they are 16-11 against the spread at home. Memphis just 11-21 against the spread as an underdog. That's really their bad role here, if you will. Memphis has gone just 2-7 straight up in their last 9, 6-13 against the spread in their last 19. Memphis is just 4-10 against the spread their last 14 against Portland. Portland's lost 6 of 7 before they won that game last night. They were on a losing streak. Portland's 1-4 against the spread in their last 5 games overall. Portland and Memphis have gone under in 5 of their last 6 meetings. Portland, though, has gone over in 5 of their last 6 at home, and Memphis has gone over in 4 of their last 5 as Sweden continues to roll here in our hockey game. So, yeah, pretty big move to the under in this one with Memphis and Portland. But let's see what you guys have in the chat here with these two. Of course, John Morant, if he's going to be missing this one. Ty Jerome, questionable here. Kyle Anderson, questionable. Aldama's questionable. Avia, he's still going to be questionable here for Portland. Shaden Sharp, questionable here as well. Let's see what you have in the chat in this one with Memphis and Portland here on Saturday night. I'll make my call, but I want to hear from you in the chat. Here we go. Hello to Jordy Fuentes in the chat today. Let's see a little Lakers action back there with 9 Legacy. Here is Jordy on the Grizzlies on the money line. Portland against the spread for blue, 9 Legacies likes the Sixers. Tremaine has Klingon over in his points and rebounds here on the back-to-back. Hey, Robert Dixon's in today. He's got the Grizzlies here in that one. And let's see here. And Billy talking about that Lakers game back there and saying, what's up with that line, huh? Okay, let me make my call here in this one with Memphis up here against Portland here. Hey, I got to take these points with the Grizzlies. That's what I'm doing. Give me the Grizzlies here. I'm with Blake in the chat there. He said take the Grizzlies. I'm with you. I'm taking the Grizzlies after they got blown out there by them last night. And Portland against the spread, though, for Public Enemy. All right, we're on the last game here. Let me go. A couple of steam moves came in here real quick. Let me see what was going on with that. Colgate took the steam here just moments ago. Colgate in their matchup today with Bucknell. Colgate took the steam here just a few moments ago, and Colgate was a 4.5 point favorite right now, and that line just moved higher. This one's at 5 Eastern and 2 Pacific time, and Colgate is up to a 5.5 point favorite in that one. Colgate took the steam.
Steam play.
Also, right now, St. Louis and LaSalle. LaSalle at St. Louis steam right this second. You heard it in the background there. Steam to the over in this one at 153. It was 153. The steam came in on the over just moments ago. LaSalle at St. Louis here, and right now that line is up to 155.5, about a 2.5 point move there with LaSalle and St. Louis just seconds ago. Also, we did see some steam just moments ago here with Cal Irvine. The Anteaters just got steamed in their matchup here tonight with Santa Barbara. Full disclosure, Irvine is our play in the previews. I don't even know if we're going to get to them. We're just going to recite the plays anyways. So here it is. Cal Irvine just got steamed, and that's my play in that game, actually. So Irvine here was supposed to be in the preview anyway. And this one's moving higher here, or at least Irvine. They might actually be a favorite here right now. They're a 1 point favorite at Circa. So they were a 1.5 point dog. Steam came in on Irvine, and I'm on Irvine there as my play. Also, moments ago, San Jose State and Colorado State steam to the over in this one. It was 135. We're seeing this one higher here with San Jose State and Colorado State. Steam to the over here. It's up to 138. Wow, 3 point move there to the over. San Jose State and Colorado State. I think there was one more, and then we're going to get to the last game. Then I'll give you some plays. Just give you some plays in college basketball. Then we're off to the show with Connor Mack and Mikey Money here in just a moment. All right, let's see here. Blazers for Mr. Westers is here joining us today. Great to see Mr. Westers here now. And, all right, let's get to the last one. Then we're going to give you a few college plays, and we'll get on out of here. Cavaliers and Kings here. The last game on the board. Look at the Cavs. Oh, man, look at these Cavs. 12.5 point favorites here in this one. Well, I get it, but man, I mean, I know the Kings are running bad, but geez. Let's go over it, though, here a little bit with these guys. Got Sacramento on a long losing streak. How long is the losing streak now? 10, 11? Lafayette and Army, top of the board on the extra games here. Steam to the under in this one. It was 143.5. The steam just came in on the under. Lafayette and Army here again. This one, top of the extra board here. It's down to 140.5. Wow, 3 point move there. Lafayette and Army. All right, so the Kings definitely struggling here right now. They've lost a bunch, 10, 11, 12. I don't know. They've lost so many in a row. They're on just 3-8 against the spread. Their last 11 overall. Cavs have won 7 of their last 8, covered 5 of their last 6 overall, but the Cavs just usually are favored by too many points when they take on the Sacramento Kings. Cavaliers are just 1-7 ATS in the last 8 meetings with Sacramento. So let's see what you got here in this one. 4 of the last 5 meetings have gone over. Sacramento's gone over in 7 of their last 10. This spread is up to 12.5 here right now in this matchup. All right, I'll go to the chat here real quick, and then we're going to run off some plays, and we're going to get on out of here. Let's see what you got. I'm taking the Kings, man. I'm taking the Kings. I just got to do it. I just have to do it. 12.5 here. The Cavs, we know they're nothing
Final.
special against the number. They're 15-26 against the spread as favorites. Now, we can't tell you any of the Sacramento trends because they've been one of the worst. They're only the worst team in the league money, straight up, or at least not record-wise, or maybe they are now, but still 9-38 straight up as an underdog. We get all that. But when you got Cleveland here, who's been a pretty crummy spread team as well, I just would rather take 12.5 at home here with the Cavs. Let's see what you got in the chat. Oh, there was an under for Damon there in the Grizzlies game. Thank you, Damon. And let's see, Robert's on the Kings here as well. That might be it from you guys. Okay, let me see here if I could I'll go over the plays. I'm not going to run over many trends. We just got 5 minutes left. But I do want to look at some college basketball games here real quick. That's it for the NBA if you want to chime in. Let me just run through these games here. I do have some plays. These are the best games from the mid-majors here today, all important here. Here's real quick some steam. Houston Christian, Southeast Louisiana. Some steam to the under here with the Huskies of Houston Christian and Southeast Louisiana. We're seeing the steam come in here on the under in this one with Houston Christian and Southeast Louisiana. This one here moving lower. It was 135 in that one, and now we're seeing that steam come in there with Houston Christian and Southeast Louisiana, and that one currently is at 132. 2-point move there in that one. Also, there was one more here. Nebraska and Rutgers. Steam to the over here in this one with the Huskers and Rutgers. Hey, that kind of rhymes. Steam to the over in that one. It was 142.5 with Nebraska and Rutgers. Steam just came in here seconds ago. And right now I'm showing that one at 144. Nebraska and Rutgers. Okay, here we go. Siena and St. Peter's. Let's do a parlay here in this one with St. Peter's taking, I think they might actually be favored here. I'm not going to update the graphics here, but St. Peter's actually might have moved to a favorite here. It might be a pick 'em. Anyway, I like St. Peter's here in this one, and I'm also going to go under in this one with Siena and St. Peter's. Let's do our one parlay of the day. The total here is down. Oh, the total's down here to 135. Look at what I have it there on screen, 138. Oh, well. I'm going to take St. Peter's and the under here in this one. Seeing some plays in there. Robert's on St. Peter's. Bars on the under. We're not going to have any trends or anything. We're just going to rattle these off and get out of here and get to the next show. How about this one? We've got St. Joe's taking on George Mason here. This is a big one. Again, these are all these are involving, top teams in their respective
Final.
Conferences here right now. Of course, this one, you got the A10, St. Joe's 7-3. They're trying to chase down St. Louis, of course. St. Louis undefeated, but just want to mention this one. Kind of a closely rated game here in this one between St. Joseph's and George Mason here in this one. And, by the way, my pick in this one is on the over. Give me the over here with these two. All right, next up, how about Arlington and Utah Valley? I like Utah Valley in this one. They're laying a big number here. It might actually be a little bit higher than this right now, but I'm on Utah Valley laying the points against UT Arlington here right now. Let me see what it's up to. I'm going to be fair about it. Up to 12 right now. It's up to 12. I'm on Utah Valley. Well, I'm on a lot of moves here, it feels like. Harvard and Dartmouth here. Good one in the Ivy League today. And take a look quickly here right now at the Ivy League standings here, because you've got Harvard 5-2, half a game behind Yale, and Dartmouth is 4-3, just a game and a half back in the wild Ivy League this season.
Final.
Give me Dartmouth here in this one. I'm on Dartmouth to win the game over Hartford here. They might actually be a pick-em here. Fort Wayne and Wright State here in this one. Important game also with these two teams right now. And let's see here. Oops. Lost my place. We got to go. The guys are ready for the show, and we're going to get to them here in just a moment. Fort Wayne and Wright State in this one. I got to go over with these two. Give me the over here with Fort Wayne and Wright State.
Play.
Irvine and Santa Barbara. We already gave out that play. I liked Irvine. Boise and New Mexico. Give me the under here. These two teams trend over, but I'm going under with Boise and New Mexico. And finally, San Francisco and St. Mary's. I like St. Mary's to crush tonight. Lay the points there against San Francisco. That's going to do it for the morning steam. Let's see if we can do the drawing real quick. Then we'll get on out of here. Thanks, everybody, for joining me. Stay tuned. Up next, Connor Mack and Mikey Money are going to bring you the college basketball preview show. They'll go over a lot of the big games there. Here we go. Let's do the drawing. Bring it up, and let's see who wins a month subscription. And then we're out of here. NYC Bar, Greg Gibson, Robert Dixon, Joshua, Bill, Power Critter, Public Enemy, and the winner is Mike Humphrey. Mike, if you're already signed up, I'll add a month in there. If not, use the promo code WINNER to save, to get a free subscription for 1 month. That's going to do it here for the show. Make sure you join us today, 5 Eastern, 2 Pacific. We'll have the UFC action here for today. Join us over there, and stay tuned next for Mikey Money and Connor Mack here with the college basketball preview show. For the Sports Money Network, I'm Ramon Scott.
That's gonna cash. Then we make the 100-yard dash to the window. I don't know what you thought. It's Ramon Scott running so hot. Sports made money.